To Wreck on the Road, it's very difficult to lose a loved one. One local football player plays the game this season with a heavy heart and the support of an entire team. That story is yours today in this week's edition of Wreck on the Road.
You got all that pressure on you. If you don't make this kick, the team's going to hate you. So if you make the kick, everybody's going to love you.
It can be tough being a kicker. Norfolk State sophomore Cameron Marouf knows this all too well.
You got that uneven balance of we love you and we hate you. They got a love and hate relationship with the kicker.
As a specialist, you get one time to prove yourself, and that's one thing we really I try to explain to them and encourage them that you got one chance, you got to make it. You got to make it every time.
Growing up in Northern Virginia, Marouf played soccer, but it was his mother Nancy who pushed him towards football.
Junior year, the varsity coach called, and I was like, I don't want to join. And he talked to my mom and was like, we want your son to come out. So I was like, Mom, I don't want to. She was like, just listen. You've got all the benefits. All you do is kick the ball, run off the field. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So I'm actually glad she told me to come out because I'm blessed to be where I'm at right now.
Marouf came to Norfolk State and started kicking last year, but he received some very bad news about his mother at the end of the season.
The last game of last year, she told my dad that something didn't feel right. So we took her to the hospital, and they figured out what was wrong with her, and they told us that she needed a liver transplant. So she's been fighting it for almost over a year now, and she got put on the list on April.
Nancy was weeks away from receiving a new liver, but she didn't make it. Cameron passed the news on to his teammates just before kickoff of the third game of the season.
And then right after the game was over, text messages kept coming in saying I'm sorry and their condolences and all that. But, I mean, they've been there through the whole time.
With so much pressure at the position, it can be downright isolating at times for a field goal kicker. But Cameron Marouf found out just how much he meant to this team soon after his mother Nancy passed away.
They gave me a game ball and the whole team signed it. And then at the funeral, I asked for the jersey. I got the jersey and I got the game ball and I set it down right in front of her casket. So it was honorable.
I think say a whole lot about his character and his family, and I know his dad wants him down here doing the best he can do, and we just wish them all the best.
Cameron Marouf returned to football 2 weeks ago, and in front of 10 family members and friends, Marouf kicked 3 field goals, 2 over 40 yards, to help lead NSU to its first win of the season. He was honored as the MEAC Special Teams Player of the Week. In return, Marouf honors his mother Nancy with each kick he takes.
To her, it was everything. She always wanted to come down here. She always wanted to be my #1 fan, and she still is my #1 fan and always will be.
Needless to say, Cameron Marouf plays with a heavy heart, but it's such a great ending to the story right there as he comes back, kicks 3 field goals, leads the team to a 1-point victory, their first victory of the year.
Well, and that's a nice way to honor his mom.
Yep.